bring their A game, and we've seen No Way Khlif grind before. He's capable of hanging with Ben Johns in that cross-court dink rally, which is part of the equation. Let's see what they come up with.
Side out.
2025 pickleball is a new era. Nothing is a given for any team.
0-0-1.
Big gust of wind midway through that point. It was handled by Waters and Johns.
0-0-2.
And early, that off the bounce initiate from Annalie Waters. It has become a staple. She is the best at it. Little high opts for off the bounce. Plays her own game.
Nice setup to close for Ben Johns. So if you're the underdog in this matchup, how could you maybe use the wind to your advantage? We see some interesting score lines with the gusty conditions at times.
There it is again, 2 for 2.
I mean, nobody else would hit that shot as a female on the right, but Annalie Waters winds up on the backhand side, attacks the guy down the line. Not so great position either.
Yeah, as the great Simone Jardim once said, if I can attack, I'm going to.
Love it. Ben Johns leaves Waters vulnerable in the corner.
(2-0-2).
Little high, Kate Fahey goes on the attack. 2-0 cushion though for the world number 1.
Foot fault, right foot, point.
Foot fault and a little tag. Hey, how are you from Annalie Waters, punishing No Way Khlif for said foot fault.
3-0-2.
Wow, cross court and a winner on the dink attack from Waters. See how she created that shot? She went down the line heavy, initially off the bounce, and then opened up the field by doing this.
4-0-2.
She's completely off the court, just making all this appropriate space to make that shot her own. Very well done.
Tagged him. Kate Fahey pulls the attack down the line out of the air.
And you mentioned the wind and how the underdog might utilize the wind to their advantage.
Yeah.
Really just play the wind game a little bit. It depends on, which side of the wind you're on. If you're into the wind, No Way Cliffhanger.
You never know where it's going. We've seen 3 different locations from that exact ball.
Yeah. On a dime. Personally, Michelle, into the wind, I like to drop more. The wind helps me keep the ball away from them. And if I'm dinking with them and they're with the wind, their ball kind of comes to me a little bit more in that exchange. So I like to dink and drop when I'm into the wind. Net adjusted. Done and done.
That one back. Fahey and Khlif on the board.
Like the athleticism and full commit from No Way Khlif here, just making sure to get the job done here, man on a mission.
1-4-2 is the score line. No Way Khlif on the attack, closes the middle.
Yeah, way to get low, make that shot his. No Way Khlif is in that category. When Federico Staksford started being on the scene, he was described as, Ben Johns-esque in certain ways. I think we can put No Way Khlif in that category as well. Huge hands battle.
And unafraid of the man ahead, 3-4-2.
And I'm not surprised by those exchanges. Those are what hands battles look like against Ben Johns. It's not, 1-2 counterpunch. It's between 5 and 7 on the regular. Nice deep dink. Fahey sets herself up and gets it. One-on-one against the best of the best herself.
Just a little preview of what's to come on Sunday between those two.
4-4-2. Side out.
Nice run. Fahey and Khlif find a way to tie it up. Ball back to Waters and Johns. 4-4-1 the score. Into the net it goes. Heavy on the third shot drive for Ben Johns. 4-4-2.
4-4-2. Point. Five, 4-2. Point.
And the thing about the wind is it will make you look less than perfect. It will make you look foolish.
6-4-2.
It's important to stay mentally tough during those times and know that it's going to happen and it's okay. It's going to happen on both ends. There's the cross court between the boys here. Thanks to Ben's backhand. Sneaks it in.
Great play.
Kate Fahey, the great architect of that point.
Yeah, take another peek.
4-6-1.
Out wide she goes, then down the line to keep Ben honest. Fahey and Khlif steal another point.
Five, 6-1.
Heavy
Second
athletic
serve.
drive from No Way Khlif. They managed to send it back just as fast. Fahey can't capitalize.
5-6-2.
I'll tell you what, Michelle. I'll tell you after this break. Oh, heavy drive off the net. Just about as unreturnable as it gets. Something I really like from my partner when we're taking the third
6-6-2.
is they'll communicate. I'm dropping, drive, drop, letting me know what they're going to do. I love that subtle communication.
How premeditated can it be,
Side
though?
out.
Off the bounce again, Waters on the attack. How premeditated is it when sometimes it can be so situational,
6-6-1.
right?
Ooh.
Second serve.
Yeah, you know, a certain game plan against a certain team, like, hey, I'm driving my thirds against so-and-so. So you kind of know beforehand. But, you know, normally it's the type of serve
6-6-2.
return they give you. Like, okay, I'm dropping this or I'm driving. Sneaking that
Side out.
communication in is really strong. 2 missed serves into side out at 6-6.
Winner of this
6-6-1.
one will face Callie Smith or Jay DeVilliers in the round of 16. Ooh, nice. Counter-attack
Timeout receiver,
from
7-6-1.
No Way Khlif, wielding the firepower of Waters. So Waters will call the first timeout of the match in some trouble.
Check this.
A run and with the
Timeout.
1-point lead.
7-6-1.
Still on their first server, too. Howard Hepworth in charge of our referee crew for this one. Heavy drive from No Way Khlif. Goes into the net off the paddle of Ben Johns. Another point for
8-6-1.
Fahey and Khlif.
Second serve.
Action point Going back to basics for Waters and Johns. Staying in the dink rally, not surrendering a miss.
8-6-2.
No way Khlif back to serve, now on a 2. And a drive from Fahey. Waters chunks it into the net.
And you can see the body language there, Ben, almost kind of wanting that ball to be let
9-6-2.
gone out. It's tough.
Side out.
Waters threw a paddle on it, anticipating that it was staying in. Hard to say, especially with the wind right now. Put the percentages
6-9-1.
on your paddle. Or her paddle, in this case.
Second serve.
The drive well deep for Ben Johns.
6-9-2. Point.
And it's the little things like that that's for a lot of life
7-9-2.
for the #1 team in the world.
Yeah, when you have them on the hook, you gotta keep them there. Easier said than done, of course. No way Khlif now sends that return deep. It's a 1-point
8-9-2.
game. And there's the driving crash.
Huge.
Khlif got it back. And a sigh of
Timeout receiver,
disbelief after the
9-9-2.
follow-up miss. Tie game, 9 apiece.
Yes.
Johns with the initiate. Looking to go up
Time
that
in.
point here on the paddle of Ben
9-9-2.
Johns. Ooh, he just gets out of the way, but barely
Side out.
for the side out. A lot of third shot drives coming from Ben Johns. Your understanding of that
9-9-1.
situation, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, Khlif plays that first out ball, but fortunately enough, they get a second one. Waters shows drive, presses cross court, sets Benz up
Second
perfectly.
serve.
The Benz.
9-9-2.
Triple swing on the forehand.
Side out.
Empty trip to the line for Fahey and Khlif. That could be costly here as we close out game 1. Waters and Johns back to
9-9-1.
serve for 2.
Second serve.
And with that body language and that result, I think that's who you have to return your
9-9-2.
serve return to. They earned the kitchen the hard way.
Side out.
Wow, great defense from Fahey and Khlif, avoiding points against in that service rotation. No way Khlif back to
9-9-1.
serve for more. Khlif and Fahey burst out offensively for game point.
Game point. 10-9-1. Second serve.
Waters action
Game point.
packed. Another tricky ball for No Way Khlif. Every shot she takes, every
10-9-2.
spot with great intent. That hangs on.
Oh my,
Side out.
but barely. 2 game points saved by Johns and Waters.
9-10-1.
No Way Khlif, Kate Fahey, serve return to Ben, see what he can do. That was probably out.
10-10-1.
Tie game. Back to it. Doesn't want to mess with the drop. Closes hard.
Second serve.
Hard into the net. Hear the sound waves off the let cord.
10-10-2.
Perfect setup though, like the poach. It was definitely there. Oh,
Point.
Khlif then sends one into the net, looking for the speed-up
Game point.
chance on Waters to keep her deep, and
11,
game
10,
point
2.
swings the other way. No way, Khlif.
Waters calling it out very
Point.
quickly.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out call.
Well, challenge
Result.
45-second timeout
Time
if they
in.
were to use it late
10,
in the
11,
game,
1.
which could be a factor for Waters, who calls them.
Deep volley cross court.
Point.
Routine ball. Missed into the net for Ben Johns. Evens us back out at 11.
11,
Any
11,
given
1.
day, and on March 14th, Friday, 2025, that's the spot. Khlif balling out, moving well. And that touch there. They are going to the well. Waters gets 2 in a row. 3 in a row.
You knew it was coming. She went for the speed-up
Game
attempt. It's deep. Game point number 3 for Khlif and Fahey.
It's a pretty amazing situation, rare
12,
occurrence
11,
we have
1.
here where you're partners with Ben Johns and you might feel like you don't have enough time to be patient. Back to the neutral. Fahey, just out.
Second serve. Game point.
Game point number 4. Another try to close out the world number 1 in game 1. Best 2 out of 3.
12,
Maybe
11,
more
2.
than this.
Oh, that's heavy.
Oh my!
Ben's got it. Pressing.
Oh,
Gets it.
wow.
Side out.
Pressing indeed. Waters attacks cross court. Fahey was on the read, just a half second late. Side out. 4 game
11,
points
12, 1.
avoided by Waters and Johns.
Khlif gets that ball down.
Oh, Waters is there.
Away Khlif.
Oh my! Call is wide. Waters
Second
never
serve.
gives up. And Waters will challenge. This could be
Referee
an
timeout. We have a
interesting
challenge of
scenario.
the
If they're
out call.
incorrect
Time in.
to be in the situation
11, 12,
again in the
2.
next game, and we're incorrect, it would be a point if they were out of free challenges. Ooh,
Point.
trying to pull it through the middle would have been heroic. Wasn't there. Waters and Johns tied at 12.
12, 12, 2. Point.
Missed into the net for Fahey.
Game point.
Game point number 2 swings the other way.
13, 12, 2. Side
Just
out.
missed the ATP. Ball back to Khlif and Fahey.
12, 13, 1.
Fahey was on the attack first to tie it at 13.
13, 13, 1.
The game that won't end. 4 game points for those two, 2 on the other side. No way, Khlif on the run and on the
Second
move,
serve.
sends it deep.
Not a bad option. High risk, but he's there to cut it off. He brings that ball down. He's the man.
13, 13, 2.
There it is.
Oh, what a counter.
Fahey.
Fahey's on it. Oh, no. She's
Khlif.
into the board. She's back.
Khlif solo resets strategically. Fahey doesn't know where to go, and they've recovered.
Oh, no. She's limping on that left foot, it looks like.
Oh, again. Khlif holding it down. Finally, some offensive dinks here. Water's high. Khlif remains patient. To Ben now.
Khlif and Fahey have to win this
Oh my
point.
goodness.
Oh, man. A gut-wrenching miss. For Fahey, you feel for her. She went crashing into the board, sacrificing the shins, perhaps the ankles, and the crowd erupts for that defense.
13-13-1.
So much off-balanceness.
Wow, no way, Khlif is on the counter. Goes nuts on his side. Kate Fahey goes to the bench to change out her paddle. You have to wonder if that
13-13-2.
interaction with the boards is impacting her mobility.
Yikes.
Game point.
Extremely pressurized moment. Both of them want the ball, as most winners do.
Game point number 3
14-13-2.
for Waters and Johns.
Point.
Into it, and it goes.
15-13,
Oh
change
my, a
ends.
heartbreaker. Fahey and Khlif played oh so
Tough loss in
Time
game
in.
one for
0-0-2.
Khlif and Fahey.
Yeah, especially after the defensive plays. Then no way. Khlif was playing singles there for 5 rallies.
Side out.
Yeah, and I think even with that first point indicating, could have said it before the first point,
0-0-1.
but we're going to see a very different Annalie Waters, Ben Johns in game 2.
Second
A
serve.
drop right away to start for Ben Johns. And how would you describe why that would be for a different looking Waters and
0-0-2.
Johns?
He's a little woken up. The juices are flowing. The you know, they see the bull. The challenge is there now, and they're
Point.
focused up, in my opinion.
Ben Johns opting to drop on his thirds more so than
1-0-2.
driving that we saw in the first. Curious if wind or side or end is playing a
Point.
factor in that.
Most certainly, most certainly.
It's hard to gauge, though, which side is the better, quote-unquote, end,
2-0-2.
because the wind's kind of circling. It's not one set pattern.
Yeah,
Side
it's
out.
trickiest when you can't trust the wind per se. So, you know, just know that the wind always demands more movement
0-2-1.
and more adjustments from you. And you are bound to make look foolish or silly at some point.
Point.
Point in case, right there.
1-2-1. Second serve.
Serve is deep.
1-2-2.
A very action-packed, intense, high-paced game 1. Those are staying in. So good.
Side out.
So good on the setup, too. Ben Johns' iconic backhand roll sets up and feeds Waters on the finish. Great crowd today here in McKinney, Texas. Nearly a packed house on a
2-1-1.
Friday at noon. Alshon joking with the crowd yesterday, saying that apparently nobody here has jobs to be here in the afternoon. Just kidding, of course. Nice. Trigger pull by Ben Johnson. Also chatting with one of the fans that's playing
Yeah,
at
3-1-1
the
Ellie.
amateur level here, and just
3-1-1.
commented on how PPA Tour does a nice job making this feel like a community event.
Got him.
Second serve.
Like, what other pro sport can you play alongside the pros at your own level?
3-1-2.
Yeah.
Like, at the same event. It's pretty unique. What a play by No Way Khlif. Bottling up that magic from game one. What would you like to see more of from him here in game two?
I'd like to see more of the composure that he brings, more of the same intensity that he has at an even keel level. That's his results. Is just you can't argue with it.
Second serve.
The opening in the middle. Fahey again on it, just half second behind it.
1-3-2.
There's something magic about her initiate where anybody else is going to counter the heck out of that. Waters gets away with it. To the sideline now. Good hustle from Kate.
Handley Waters again right to the feet of Fahey. And it's almost like because she takes that half second of time away from you because of her contact so early.
Yes.
That perhaps that throws off the timing compared to the rest of the field.
Yes. Gets it on you quick.
Second
Khlif shuts
serve.
it down.
3-1-2.
Wind picking up that much more. Untimely.
Four, 1-2.
Jeez.
Far replay. 4-1-2.
Oh no, the literal too good. Off of that base plate of the net, which
4-1-2.
constitute a replay.
Reset too high twice. No Way Khlif buries the pop-up.
One, 4-1.
Nice sky hook, keeping it a forehand. Khlif.
Hands battle won by No Way Khlif. Everything out in front. Quick twitch speed, and off he goes.
Here's one of those epic hands battles in the great game of pickleball. And it comes down to who gets it down first. Khlif to the feet of Ben Johns.
Second serve. Two, 4-2. Side out. 4-2-1.
Oh.
Second serve.
Kate Fahey yelling, let's go.
4-2-2.
A sitter sent into the bottom of the net by Waters.
Side out.
Good hold for Fahey and Khlif. Back on their side now for two serves.
2-4-1. Second serve. Two, 4-2.
Just wide for Ben. Here come Fahey and Khlif. Scoreboard pressure applied when it comes to Major League Pickleball
3-4-2.
Premier level free agency draft pickups. Kate Fahey was taken #1 overall. Heavy drive down the line to match it on Ben Johns. St. Louis Shock went all in on their former teammates, or at least the player that they had to drop. Redrafted Fahey. No Way Khlif was picked up by the Texas Ranchers as the 14th overall pick.
4-4-2.
Then traded him away for Eric Onsens, who we'll see on the court after this.
Side out.
And Waters roars back.
4-4-2. 4-4-1.
Wild, windy point, and Waters and Johns come away with it. 1 point lead back on their side.
5-4-1.
Nice.
Second
Fahey
serve.
there on the line and with a little stare down to Waters too.
Yeah,
Rivalry
5-4-2.
continues.
Point. Six, 4-2.
Wow,
Point.
what a sequence from Waters. She's dangerous because she can hit any part of the court on you.
Timeout receiver, 7-4-2.
Take
One
on
free
Millie Rain and
challenge.
Connor Garnett.
No timeout, one free challenge. Time in.
And Ben Johns will look to
7-4-2.
continue his run.
Point.
Break off the tape. Kate Fahey shaking her head in disbelief.
It's gonna happen.
8-4-2. Side out.
It's a huge, very important side out.
4-8-1. Second serve.
And a platter for Ben Johns to gobble up.
4-8-2.
A little off speed through the middle, and Ben Johns can pick you apart with that lethal backhand.
Yeah, the shoulder high, let it
8-4-1.
fly, does not apply when Ben's making a shot like this. That's staying in all day. Perhaps great use of the wind there.
What a shot. Khlif is there. Gets the ATP. How about that? Thought Ben had a winner on the dink. No, no. No way, Khlif says no way.
This two-hander cross-court from Ben is epic. Going to provide epic opportunity on the backhand of No Way Khlif. Held to 8.
4-8-1.
Points to show for there for Waters and Johns.
Second serve.
Unexpected place again. Ben Johns catches No Way Khlif a half second out of position. One more try
4-8-2.
to gain some ground in the scoreline.
Point. Five, 8-2. Side out.
They'll settle for one. Waters and Johns back to work.
8-5-1.
A beautiful
serve.
play in sequence for No Way Khlif.
8-5-2.
Oh,
Point.
crowd size with Kate Fahey.
9-5-2. Side out.
And Johns will settle for 1.
5-9-1.
Wow. Johns
Second
teeing
serve.
off. No upper body movement. Just 1 step ahead of the play always.
5-9-2.
Great control by Khlif. Kate Fahey buries it down the line on the counter attack.
6-9-2. Side out.
Oh, a little mockery from Ben Johns to the crowd.
9-6-1.
Who's he picking on now, Fahey?
Point.
It's hard to say.
Match point.
Match point for Ben Johns and Annalie Waters.
10-6-1.
Lead winner
Second
from
serve.
Kate Fahey,
Match
who
point.
continues to roar on her side. Unfazed, any
10-6-2.
potential mock. What a get from Fahey. She's a gamer, Fahey. It's not enough, though. 10-6, 11-6 is the final in game 2. And the world #1 moving on, but they were tested and they were pushed in the round.